back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm Connor Williams and we're back with another one of our 24/7 news report videos. As always, we start with the headline news, and the headline news isn't good. It's that Dominic Calvert-Lewin is out with an injury. It broke last night. I think Footy Insider 24/7 broke it. Then Sky Sports have added in. We'll get on to what they're saying in a minute. But Frank Lampard has actually spoke about it just about an hour ago as of recording. He put... Frank Lampard said he has a bit of an issue with the outside of his knee, but we're assessing it at the moment. I'm not here to give you an absolute time frame on when he'll be back. I've read reports and rumours and people guessing the injury and the length of time, but we don't know. He then goes on to say, we're hoping it's weeks at the moment, but we don't know. But we don't yet know that information. So that being told, Frank Lampard said the club don't actually know how long Dominic Calvert-Lewin is out for. Then Footy Insider, like I said, had started saying that Dominic Calvert-Lewin is out facing 3 months on the sidelines with a knee injury. Scans have showed the striker's torn his lateral collateral ligament. Sky Sports saying he's being assessed from the Everton Football Club staff. So take with a pinch of salt, Footy Insider 24/7, because they're saying the actual injury. And the club and Sky Sports are saying he's not yet been assessed. But also take with a pinch of salt Frank Lampard, because he could just be playing it down. I don't think the club particularly like the world knowing that one of our only good striker is out, injured. It does no good for us in terms of Chelsea knowing he's out. It does no good for us in terms of anyone after Chelsea knowing he's out. And more importantly, at a time where we're all clamouring for Everton to make signings, it makes the job of signing players twice, if not quadruple as hard, when every single club knows that you don't have a striker, you do need a striker, and evidently you're going to have to pay through your teeth for a striker, which is why I think people get a bit annoyed when that happens. When leaks happen, it's sort of one of them. In the aspect of it lets other clubs know. Like, I'm not saying, Chelsea are listening to Footy Insider or anything like that, but you will have some people there who read the paper talks. I imagine it will probably get back to Tuchel and every other club. I just named Chelsea an awful lot because the players we're linked with are from that club as well. So Chelsea will be looking at it two ways. One, an advantage for the first game of the season. Secondly, let's fleece them a little bit because they are going to be desperate. So I wouldn't be surprised if Frank Lampard might be playing it down a little bit, saying it's not months, it could be weeks. We don't know. We just don't know. Because if it's a matter of weeks, then obviously Everton can use the leverage of, well, we're not paying that much because he'll be back in 2 weeks. So what's the point? But yeah, either way, guys, whoever you believe them all or you believe none of them. I think it's fair to say the one thing you can believe is he's injured. And it's sad, man. I really, really wanted Dominic Calvert-Lewin to do well this season. It was such a horrible season last season. And he is a good player if you play to his strengths. He has his limitations. But when you've got like Dwight McNeil in the team, I just thought we were going to play to his strength, cross the ball, big Calvert-Lewin up front. Yeah, it sucks. It really does suck. Obviously, losing Richarlison doesn't help anybody either. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just such a blow just before the start of the season that none of us wanted. This summer's been a one of just pure, I don't know what the word is, downer. I've seen a couple of Everton fans say they were looking excited for the season, but myself, down all season from a bad end of last season. To a summer of bad news, and it's just not stopped. I was saying to my dad the other day, I was like, I'd kill for a summer of just uneventful Everton. The last two summers, Ancelotti leaving and Benitez coming in, and now this one have both been absolutely dreadful summers. You can't escape Everton at all. But yeah, alas, Calvert-Lewin is out, guys. It makes it a little bit harder, and the club are going to need replacements. Speaking of replacements, Paul Joyce has tweeted as well. He said, Chelsea strikers Michy Batshuayi and Armando Broja have been discussed by Everton. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's injury is set to intensify Everton's efforts in bringing in striking reinforcements before the window closes. I think we need two strikers. I think we need one that's very, very good to replace Calvert-Lewin, and I still think we need one that's better than Rondon. And when Calvert-Lewin's back, we've got 3. And we'd look to get rid of Rondon. The one that's not very good, so maybe the Batshuayi, try and get him on loan. If not, 2-year deal or something like that. Something that's not massively going to stick around forever. Broja, been linked with him for ages. Chelsea want 30-odd million. Their striking options aren't exactly brilliant at the minute either. They've only got Havertz, who's not a proper 9. Sterling, maybe, who's not a proper 9. And Broja. And Batshuayi, who they see as surplus to requirements. So I don't know how well that'll go. And if Chelsea know that Calvert-Lewin's out, which the whole world does now, then they are going to say to us, probably, yeah, you're really desperate. It's 40 million now. Batshuayi, on the other hand, I think if we offer, I wouldn't pay any more than 5. I think as a backup, he's good because he's happy to sit there. Somebody said it in the comments the other day. He's not as bad as people think. For a backup, which is all he will be, he's all right. And I agree with that. As a backup, he is all right. And he's happy to sit behind what was Calvert-Lewin when he's fully fit, which is another major one. Broja won't be coming to sit behind him. We need, but I feel like Chelsea are no more than 5 million for him. 7.5, is it no more than 5. And I think Chelsea will look to get rid of him because I don't think they see a future there for him. Interestingly, though, I said yesterday, 2 reports 4 days ago that Batshuayi was coming. Then we had the report saying he's definitely not been discussed, a load of rubbish. And now Paul Joyce has said he has been discussed. More than likely, he's linked with us every single window. I saw, me and my dad were like, oh, that one then, the annual Batshuayi. It's about as common as the Saha one was a couple of seasons ago when we had money. He gets linked with us every summer, but I feel like there's a lot of traction, a lot of room. This is the type where if it gets more than 1 or 2, normally it's been 1 rumour. It's been about 4 or 5 rumours this is now with him. Normally with a player like that, when they've been rumoured 4 or 5 times, they come to Everton because it's not a pipe dream, is it, to get him? You know what I mean? If we get him, people are going to go, God, how'd they do that? So, yeah, just keep an eye out on that one. I can see Batshuayi joining before Broja. We also have Matt Law from the Daily Telegraph on the London Blue Pod saying, I'm 99% sure Billy Gilmour will leave on loan. Everton are the most likely side. Frank Lampard absolutely likes him. Interesting that, isn't it? Looks like we are going. Everton's sort of transfer strategy seems to be Burnley players or Chelsea players. Next, we have the Everton. This is from the Athletic UK. The Everton are still having interest in Armando Broja, like I said before, and have continued to explore feasibility of the move. Chelsea, however, have not yet decided on Broja's future. Like I said, they don't have a lot of striking option. Chelsea really are limited. The last striker I saw them linked with was Ronaldo, and I think that's died a death. Getting rid of Werner, supposedly, they are a bit thin on the ground in squad depth. So they might want to end up keeping him in the end. And it depends on the price they value him as. We also have some news now that Frank Lampard believes Idrissa Gueye will boost the midfield considerably whilst admiring the qualities in his current players, Alex Iwobi and Abdoulaye Doucouré. That's come via Paddy Boyland, who writes for The Athletic. Interestingly enough, doesn't mention Alan. Read into that as much or as little as you like. Obviously, just read into that as much or as little as you like. I thought Alan would also get a mention as him and Gueye are defensively minded more than Doucouré and certainly Iwobi. So a bit interesting that wasn't mentioned. But anyway, guys, it looks like we're also going to miss out on another signing. West Ham are reportedly close to signing a deal for Maxwell Cornet, according to Jacob Steinberg of The Guardian. The West Ham are trying to negotiate a lower fee with Burnley, but they lead the race for him. However, they could face competition from Everton, Newcastle and Nottingham, who understand that his contract has a release clause of 17.5 million. Yet to be seen if we're going to... That's the only way I think we're going to steal this, is if we just absolutely run in, catch them and just go, yep, there's 17 done. Burnley have sent a transfer message about Cornet. Reports yesterday claimed that West Ham was stepping up their efforts. But it's also claimed that the Hammers saw their opening offer slapped down as it was short of the 17 million. Ryan Taylor from the Daily Express is now reporting that Burnley have no plans to accept any loan proposals, as it's recently emerged that Everton made a loan offer for the international. So yeah, if we want him, we're going to have to do the loan, the release clause. So it'll be very interesting to see how desperate we are. He's not a striker, so I don't think we should be buying him on the hope that he fits in for DCL. He's a winger. But we needed an attacker anyway before Dominic Calvert-Lewin's injury. So this is, it's a bit tough. And finally, we had that Onana, 33, West Ham, reportedly West Ham again. I wish they'd go away every target we're linked with. But West Ham have reportedly reached an agreement with Amado Onana on Sky Sports. The deal's worth 33 million plus add-ons. However, the same report also cites personal terms yet to be agreed. Onana was a regular for Lille last season, scoring once in 32 games. He's not that type of midfielder, though. And he also made his debut for Belgium. Looks like West Ham are going to beat us to that one. A bit tragic considering all. It's been a bad window, guys. Well, no, actually, I'll judge that at the end of the window. That's a bit harsh to do that. There's a lot of targets that have been snapped up. It feels like a bad summer for Everton, and it's only going to get worse. I've got this horrible feeling I can't see a let up, but hopefully I'm wrong. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got time for. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment down below your thoughts on any of this. Batshuayi and Broja, one of them, none of them, both of them. Let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts on Dominic Calvert-Lewin, absolutely heartbreaking. All that good stuff. I look forward to reading it, and I'll see you guys very soon.